Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Strap for Cash Garage. In today's video, we're going to be replacing the radio in my 85 Chevy Caprice with a new radio I got. Well, not new, used on eBay, but new to me. And the radio in the Caprice still kind of works, and it's kind of worked for like the last 10 years. But the display no longer functions, and you get static half the time. Can't really control it, and you gotta like smack on the dash to get it to work, and I'm just tired of it. I'm planning on kind of going on a road trip coming up here, doing some camping, and taking the Caprice to an HRA event, a drag racing event. Not to race, but just to go spectate. And it'd be nice to listen to the radio because it'll be kind of a drive. So let me take you over to the bench. I'll show you guys the radio we're going to be installing today. So we're over here at the bench, and this is the new radio I got, new to me at least. Got it off eBay. It's from I think it was an '84 Caprice, but looks identical. I think it should fit right up. Nothing special, not like a Pioneer or anything like that, or anything aftermarket. I just like to, as far as radios go in my cars, I just like to keep them stock. I just think they're easier to use. And personally, I always thought the ones in the Caprice here, just my opinion, I always thought they looked really nice. For the time, at least, they seem kind of really modern. I kind of wish that the, the tuning was, you had like, I don't know what you call it, but where you have the sweep analog and you can adjust instead of the digital display. Because I always find these go bad, but like the radio will work fine, but you lose the display. Other than that, though, I've always liked these radios, so let's go get this thing installed. Let's head out to the car. Oh yeah, on a side note, the other reason I wanted to keep the radio stock was I'll show you guys when we're out there maybe, but I did most of the wiring on the Caprice back when I was in high school, so it's an honest mess. And coming up here, I think I'll be cleaning it up some, not rewiring, but just cleaning it up. But this will at least be just a nice plug and play. I'm pretty sure everything should just unplug and plug back in. I didn't really want to do too many splices or anything of that, magnitude under the dash. So anyway, let's head out there and get this thing installed. Okay, so we made our way out to the car, and apologize for any noise, road noise, and the occasional explosion in the background. I'm filming this kind of around the 4th of July, and I also happen to live in the hood, so kind of gets a little loud and hectic at times, but thought I'd just show you the kind of what I've been dealing with, if it'll cooperate with me. It'll work this one time that I want to show people, but let me just turn this sucker on. I don't know if you can hear that. So right now it's just static on all channels, but a lot of the time what you'll end up getting is you'll turn the radio on, nothing will happen at all. Sometimes the display will work. Sometimes you'll get one radio station with the inability to tune out of it. Or sometimes it'll, like I was saying, work flawlessly, then get crackly, and if you kind of tap on the dash a little bit, it'll start working again. But I'm just honestly tired of doing that, and it's been too long in the making. So let me show you guys the screws I think we'll need to remove. I just checked the manual, and let me just show you the atrocity of wiring under the dash, and I'm trying to avoid making any worse while I'm doing this. That's why I'm going with the just stock replacement. Plus, like I was saying, I always thought this was just nice. I thought it looked really nice in these Caprices. I always like the blue interior on them, the blue and silver personally. But yeah, let me show you guys the wiring really quick. So now we're underneath the dash. Just thought I'd show you guys the wiring, kind of why I didn't want to make it any worse with some aftermarket stereo. But my gauges, not pretty, but they are functional. And one thing about me is I tend to wire everything with red or blue, or just black. I never actually color code anything. But I got my oil pressure gauge, which does leak, and we'll be fixing that coming up here. The only pro to that is it's kind of like rust proofing the car and my leg. But yeah, it's just kind of, I got splices tapped into a bunch of stuff, so That and where I drilled the hole on the firewall. I'm pretty sure the wires are chafing, which it's going to become problematic coming up here. So we'll be fixing that really soon. But let's get back to that radio. So we're back at it. First step here is to, from my understanding, is removing the liner of your glove box, which is just held in by these 4 screws. Don't feel self-conscious if your glove box is messy. I assure you this is not what it looked like. Before I started filming, I spent about 10 minutes cleaning it out. But yeah, we got those 4 screws, and then 2 Phillips screws, I believe, according to the manual. And that should allow us to get to the temperature controls, because you got to remove this whole dealio as like one unit. And then, from my understanding, luckily for me, I already removed these at some point, but there would have been a screw here, I believe that they're all 8mm. And then the last 2, you gotta actually pull out your ashtray, which I'll show you in a minute. But they're basically hidden up. They kind of hold this little plate in that retains the whole radio. But let me start on that dash, then we'll work our way over here. Do apologize for the terrible camera angles. It's a little cramped. Surprisingly huge car, but again, it gets kind of cramped with the camera in here. Okay, as I was saying, there's just like a little clip that holds this cable on. I'll show you the clip in a minute. You just got to get a little creative, you know, using a screwdriver and some needle nose vice grips or pliers or whatever, and just working that clip off. And then that would, I believe, is 1/4 inch. Let me double check here. I just tried every socket imaginable on there, but yeah, 1/4 inch fits that. And then that should pop off, and we'll take it from there. But the clip is one of these guys. Kind of hard to see. Also need to take a moment and appreciate whoever engineered this clock. I'm going to use a different microphone and hopefully record it. But you know, I like hearing the mechanical clock, but there's nothing like when it's 1,000,000 degrees in here, whether you be stuck in traffic or juggling behind the dash trying to do something, and you have this bad boy ticking away. Literally, it sounds like, what is it, fingernails on a chalkboard. I'll record it for you guys with my other microphone, put it in right here. And as I was saying, you got these 2 screws once you're done with that temperature control wire, and then I'll show you guys how to remove the ashtray on this thing. Pretty straightforward, honestly. Just this little tab. Pop this guy, whole thing comes out of here. And then I'll attempt to show you guys those other 2 screws. I might not record that just because it's kind of tight in there. But let me at least show you guys where they are. Hopefully film the screws and not my forehead or something like that. But see if we can't sneak under here. I do believe that would be the 2 screws that you need to remove. So quick tip, I like to strike the Burt Reynolds pose from that famous photo shoot, the nude one. I just like to sprawl out across the 2 seats here. It seems to be more comfortable, and you have easy accessibility under the dash. But with that out of the way, let's just continue. Let's pull the This whole unit should just come right out. And I'm learning this as I go along here. I kind of looked at a manual, but I'm going to see if I can leave everything up here intact. I do believe I think there's 2 bolts back here on either corner, which I'm hoping if I detach, I should be able to just pull the radio out separately. But let me see which screws here off camera, and then I'll show you guys which ones they are when I get back here in a minute. Not the right tool, but just gently prying these guys off. Oh, there we have it. That was a lot more involved than I had assumed. I thought it was going to be as simple as just popping out the radio. Literally, I thought it was just going to unscrew and pop out the back. But unfortunately, they like overlap the temperature controls over this plastic lip. So rather than take everything apart, you can luckily just pop. There's 8 screws on the back. I'll show you where those go if I can push my hand back here. Pretty sure there's 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, no, sorry. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then there's 4 that run across like this metal rail at the bottom. But yeah, that one, and then there's 2 at the top here. And that's then as far as popping off the actual controls, that was relatively easy. The 2 knobs literally just fit a little flat head behind them and they just pry right off. And then I actually got those other 2 by hand. I was kind of fighting them, but then honestly I just squeezed the sides and they pop right off. And then yeah, you can take this whole faceplate off, and it just comes apart like that. And there's this little plastic dealio that fell out. So let me get this old radio uninstalled and pop our new one in. Oh yeah, and there was 1 extra bolt I didn't tell you guys about that I found. It was right here, and it was holding the whole bracket that holds the radio in. So now it should just pop right out. Kind of hard to show. I'll hopefully prop the camera up, but there's only, I believe, 1, 2, 3 back there plugs. This plug, and then I believe this guy, I think, might be the antenna. So I believe. We'll get that popped apart, and I'll show you guys the new one, and we'll see if it works. For 3 seconds. For keys. Hey, so we just finished installing it, and I thought I'd just fire it up, see if it works, see if this display turns on. Looks perfect.
Virginia, it's a victory for conservative.
Great way to.
Awesome.
Instagram at Shep on air, and if I do not get back to you immediately, I will get.
That's a million times better. All that repair worked. Let's go find something else to fix, and I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, I'm Chris Cash. Thanks for watching, everybody.